A lot of people ask me, Jeremiah, how do you balance all the things that you need to do every single day and still market your coaching business? And the number one piece of advice, most people don't actually want this advice, is I say you have to get rid of all the things that are unimportant to your bottom line in your business. There's a lot of tasks and activities that a lot of coaches, trainers, and mentors do every single day that don't contribute to them making the kind of money they want to make. There's a lot of things that we do in our everyday life, in our relationships, commitments and obligations that we have gotten ourselves into that we actually have to make the hard decisions to get ourselves out of. Now, once you do that, then you have to actually organize your time. But I think that's one of the first places that people need to start, is realizing that if you have a new goal to create a business that makes more money than you're making now, and you're going from, you're not working a job, you actually run a company, you have to treat it as such. And so that means making hard decisions and sacrifices. When we talk about sacrifices, there are sacrifices that you have to make. Usually those sacrifices have to do with what other people expect of you. Usually those sacrifices have to do with even things that you want to do with your time that you have to sort of stop doing temporarily to start to build that business. Now, here's the goal, is to get staff, to get people working for you so that then you can buy your time back. But you got to make enough money to be able to do that. And so you might need to sacrifice for 6 months to build up your cash flow, and then you can hire staff to then buy back time. We've now bought back my time, and we have a newborn baby. And so how do I build a business? I have staff that I've bought back my time with, and we still focus our energy on offers that get clients, cash flow. If a piece of activity, if me doing something every single day is not going to move the needle forward towards profitability in my business, I'm not doing it. Simply not doing it. And every time I say that, people take it completely wrong, as if I'm saying to neglect my wife, kids, and family. I just spent the last weekend with my mom, with my son, going to church. I spent the whole morning with my son and my wife. I'm going for a walk before I do a coaching call here, so don't give me that crap at all, because you have no clue what you're talking about, first off. Second, yes, you have to prioritize your time. I can't spend 10 to 12 hours every day with my baby, as much as I'd love to, when I have a multi-million-dollar business that I have to build and run. So there's sacrifices that have to be made. You have to decide, what are you willing to do? What do you need to do? What's necessary? And for me, I put my family at the top of that list. And then everything else comes after that. And we build our life around family time. Okay? So most people, when they set out to build a business, they're coming from corporate America. They're coming from a corporate mindset where you get told what to do every single day by your boss. You have to show up at a certain time and do what they say. You have to become self-governing to where you set the priorities in your life, to where you set the priorities of what you do every single day, how you show up, and how you're willing to show up. Most coaches are wasting time posting all day on social media, doing one-on-one coaching, listen, I know I'm going to get the pitchforks coming after me for this. Some of y'all are way too concerned about what people will think about you when you go from one-on-one coaching to a group coaching model. When you stop posting every single day, multiple times a day on social media. My business doesn't grow because I post on social media. My business grows because I have offers that connect with the needs and desires of my clients, and I run paid advertising to those offers. Those are the only reasons why we have the kind of money that we make, why our business is successful, why my wife and I, we made $560,000 in our business in the last 7 months, and why we're on pace to make 7 figures this year. That's the only reason why. It has nothing to do with me doing discovery calls. I don't do discovery calls anymore. It has nothing to do with me doing one-on-one coaching. I don't do one-on-one coaching like that anymore. It has everything to do with identifying what does your target customer want, what do your clients want, what does your client base want, and then creating offers where people sign up with their name and email address to get on your email list, to become a client of yours. I just saw a scorpion on the ground, that's funny. Where they sign up with their name and email address, where they get on your email list, and then you literally give them what they want. Well, how do you know what they want? Everybody says that. I have 1,000,001 things that everybody says, because everybody is told there's a whole bunch of crap out there in the industry that doesn't even work. And so how do you know what people want? Well, you actually create opportunities where they tell you what you want. You survey your audience. You create a chance where they actually tell you what they want, and then you give people what they want. And this is one of the number one reasons why coaches don't make money, is they're trying to give people what they want to give to people. Well, I have a mantle, or I have a message, or I have a calling to give people this message. Well, guess what? If your market doesn't want that message, you're not going to make any money. And you're basically pissing your time in the wind trying to force other people to validate you instead of actually learning how to connect and make a connection with people and lead them. I know that's going to piss some people off and upset people that I said it that way, but it's true. I see way too many people with the potential to make multiple six figures in a coaching business that sacrifice making any money because they're so stuck on the vision that how they want to do it and the version of what they thought it would look like to get this specific message in people's hands, instead of what does my client actually want? How can I say it in a way that actually connects with them? It might not be the way that you explain it. It might not be the way that you naturally, the language that you would use, but how do you actually get to know the language of your target customer to speak to them in their language, to give them what they want, not what you want to force down their throats, not what you feel called to give them. And by the way, you can still give them that message, but you have to frame it in a way that is around what other people actually want. Otherwise, you're never going to actually reach anybody to get your message to in the first place. And you're just literally operating out of self-validation, trying to feel worthy of love and acceptance from people, when all you're going to get is rejection. And then it's just going to create this victim pattern inside your mind where you're now a victim to what the marketplace doesn't like in you. And it creates this vicious cycle that most coaches get in, and then they whine and complain that coaching doesn't work and they're not cut out for it and yada, yada, yada. When actually there's a strategy and a specific way to actually build a coaching business that makes money, that works, that we use with our clients, that if you follow it, that if you actually listen to what your market wants and give them what they want and create offers around what they want, you can predict if people become a client of yours. You can actually predict if they will become a paid client. You can predict your profit margins that way. But most people are too stuck on their vision. They're too attached to the version of how they think things should go, the vision for their message. Well, I have this message, so I'm not going to do this message over here, even though it's more profitable, because I'm supposed to do this message. And it's rooted in control. It's rooted in a number of different things. Probably just feeling like nobody ever listens to you. Nobody actually cares about you. Nobody validates you. Or being so stuck on doing things, quote unquote, the right way, the way that you envision it. I've seen so many coaches, they have a version of how their coaching business will look, and they end up literally trying to make it work for years and don't make any money because they're not willing to change their message just slightly, change their messaging just slightly, their sales copy just slightly, to reach the right people that actually are going to buy from them. And so then it just validates and beats the victim mentality into them of, well, nothing ever works for me. Nothing ever works out. And so you need to actually get past that and then start to craft some messaging, create some offers that people actually connect with, that people actually want, not what you're trying to force down other people's throats that you want them to want, but what they actually like desire. Even if that desire that they have isn't healthy for them, even if that desire that they have isn't going to help them, isn't how you would teach it, you need to honor that in the people that you're reaching and use that language in your offers to connect with your buyers. And that's how you create consistent $20,000 to $40,000 profit per month in your business. But most coaches won't do what I just talked about because of either fear, worry, or pride. And then they wonder why they're not making the kind of money they want to make. It's literally because they refuse to do the actual stuff that works. They refuse to do the actual process that makes money. It's funny. It's crazy. But that's the life they've chosen. That's the life they want. And they're entitled to that life of making no money and having a time-consuming hobby that sucks their life away. But at least they're validating themselves. At least they're making themselves feel good, right? Listen, I'm not here to make anybody feel good. I'm here to speak truth, and I'm here to help people get rich, make a ton of money. That's what I'm here to help people do, is make a ton of money. If you want to make a ton of money, I will show you how to do that. If you don't like my energy, unfollow me. Thank you. I have a live event that I'm doing tomorrow for 3 hours. So I'm going to walk you through building and launching your own 6-figure group coaching offer. How do you actually craft this? How do you actually come up with what your client wants? And how do you put it out there to attract the right people that you're looking for in your business? Don't miss it.